Okay, this is just a quick intro to the Wave prototype version 5. I need to record that. There it is. It's just basically a Raspberry Pi with a cellular dongle connected to it. I'm doing two things. I've got it in this enclosure because I'm trying to see how it responds to heat and how it does without a fan. And then I'm also trying with low power. So these are like worst case scenario conditions. And the only thing you need is power to it, and you can connect it to the television with a HDMI. So let's get started. So firstly it's a Wi-Fi hotspot. So you connect to the Wi-Fi hotspot. And then you'd ideally type in Wave. This works on laptops at the minute, but not on Android. So you just type that normally. But we're going to put the IP address in. And then you're going to get a dashboard with some app icons. This menu is accessible locally and accessible remotely. So let's go through them. So there's going to be a lot of apps. There already are a lot of apps installed. I've just got to put the icons on for them. But the main ones are the media system, which is television, movies and music, and radio. There's a radio app on there as well. You can hide this top bar at any time. You just hit it. If you want to bring it back, just scroll down like that. Okay. So live TV. This is populating the channel data and stuff now. All the channel icons and stuff. This is a good application for TV. That'll be running soon. You've got then movies. Hide that. And there's a movie playing. And you can change the quality, like YouTube. So there's that. And then if you scroll up and down on the screen, there's your volume on the right and your brightness on the left. So there's that. That's the media application. Oh, music as well. I'll show you some music. This is accessible from every device then around the house. It's a lot. Obviously, these are worse conditions with the heat and the power, the low power, so it is affecting it. But it's still functioning. Let me reload the media app. The codecs are a lot of problems. We've also got, because we've got the latest version of Chrome installed, so on your television, you can bring up. You've got this menu on the television, but if you can also bring up Google Chrome 72, the latest version. Okay, I don't know what happened then, but I'll just show you the music. Okay, and then you've got gaming. There's a virtual gamepad, which I haven't got the link right yet, but the gamepad works on this port. I'm sure that's right. And then you just turn it sideways like that. So it's a bit buggy, but it works nicely actually. Next thing you've got is on the game things. There's going to be another menu here because you can launch on a second screen, like on a laptop, using a casting system like Chromecast. So what's on the TV will come up on a second screen. And there's there's another thing, which is to switch on the television from this interface that you're seeing now, the television version, to the game mode. So we've got an emulation station which has got PlayStation and 64. This is all built into this box. So you load the controller on your phone, and then one of these icons here will switch the television to gaming mode, and then you're effectively flicking through the consoles. And in the gaming emulator, there's an option to go back then to this sort of interface. So there's two modes on the television you can flick between: the gaming mode or the this dashboard. Next thing you've got then is the home control system. This takes a while to load up when you first boot, but there it is. So it's better on landscape mode. I just need to do what you saw with the controller where it says switch to landscape. I need to do the same for this, because unless you're in landscape, it's going to look like that. It's no good. But I've got a fan. I've got the fan controller. I've got a Wemo switch. Here's an example. Control some lights. Isn't all the lights off? Okay. So that's home control, and then you can set different rooms. And then you've got your camera system. And there's the cameras loading. Hide that as well. So there's no local cameras hooked up to this box. It's all done over Wi-Fi. But so I've done, I've linked feeds in. So I can probably show you this now. Oh, maybe it's not loading the cameras because you've got to actually log in. Otherwise you can't see them. That makes sense. So I've got two cameras there. What you can do is you can adjust the cameras, make them full screen, have a play. They took a while to load because they're quite far away, these cameras. In Haverfordwest in Wales, and I'm in the Caribbean. So, but there you go. There's the cameras. The other thing I want to show you is, let's see how it's doing for temperature. So what I'm going to do is go to another app which you'll be able to access from the dashboard. This is to do with the ad reinsertion, the ad blocking. Also, the whole time I'm on this menu, it's mining cryptocurrency. So this would have made, like half a cent of while I'm talking. Not much, but it soon builds up when you've got a household and you're playing games and stuff. You can spend some time on this. And the other thing then is the ad reinsertion. Temperature's high. This is really high in this box. It might actually be to do the battery on the dongle. So the version 5 is not going to have this. This is just a mashup what I've got here. So I'll leave the lid of that open, because it's more the battery and the dongle that's getting hot than the processor. But yeah, I'm in the box now. I'll show you. I'm in here now, and this is some hot stuff. So this has been running for an hour. This I can keep my hands on. It's not hot, like I can't touch it, but the processor there as well, that is cooking. And there's a chip on the other side of this board. I'm sure that's going to be hot now as well. So because it's overclocked, we might need the fan. We might have to go for a fan version. Okay. Here's what here's what it's going to look like. So we'll just have to ventilate that as well. So I've got to make it broadcast the host name like that, so we can just hit wave. I've also got to sort these icons out for the different apps. The reason this is introduced, these apps, rather than just having 2 or 3 at the top and then that's it, there's a page where they're all going to go, is because there's a lot, for the settings and stuff, there's a lot of apps for all the settings, but everything's there. I mean, if I show you another one as well, another app that's floating around in the background, To control the hotspot, because you don't want the you don't have to go into the code to just change the username or password. So I'm pretty sure this is the interface for the application. There you go. There you go. So there you can set the you don't have to be a geek, you can just do it like you would on a router. Configure the hotspot, change the username and password, the SSID. That's all now with the user interface.
I don't know, something. Wow. Make a play screen.
So this is direct play, there's no transcoding going on. And that's because it's already hot enough, the box. So if we were doing any transcoding, like, so you can transcode where you can play something in one format and it'll transcode it into a format that's compatible with your player or whatever. But the problem with that is, with a lot of devices around the home connected to this one box, it would cause too much problems. So the temperature, let's refresh this, see how it's doing. I've kind of opened it up. If you have a look, just before I check the temperature, I've just opened it up a bit, let it breathe. Normally it's sitting on a fan just to stay really cool, which I've had to do. I had to overclock it while I was building it, basically higher, and then once I'd built it, I could drop it down a bit. So I put a setting on so it cuts off at 85. It starts reducing the processing, the activity a bit when it gets to 85, but it can actually go to 100, maybe more. So it is a fire hazard if that cap is not introduced. So I've set it at 85. I might have to bring that down though, because I can keep my hand on it, but it is hot. So I'll bring that temperature down to 70. I think that is max, almost. There you go, it's blocking unwanted traffic as well. And you can see what's going on in your network then. You just hit query, and you can see what all the devices are, you know, there's the device, and that's my phone, and it's looking for all these different, all these different sources. So, a lot going on this tiny little box.